We are more than engineers. We are more than project managers. We are more than surveyors. We are more than infrastructure specialists. We are more than planners. So, who are we? We are problem solvers, providing the highest quality service and results. We are a team of skilled professionals, focused on customer needs and outcomes. We are 23 years of industry experience, adhering to the highest safety standards. We are Melbourne, and we are right across Victoria. We are the Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions. Lanco Group. We are more than you realise, and we are ready to partner with you.
Ever wanted a career in football? From TV deals to player transfers, football is now a global multi-billion-dollar industry in need of qualified professionals who know the sport inside and out. Brought to you by the Global Institute of Sport, the Masters of Football business is delivered by experts from Australia and around the world. Learn online with unique access to networking and guest speaker events at the iconic MCG. Be one of the first Australians to get a football master's degree. Apply now to start in February 2022. Learn more at gis.sport/FNR. gis.sport/FNR.
Western United, can they find something here? Big chance, Barisha! He's done it again! And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Barrios, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's The Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio.
Well, we've been away far, far too long. There's been far too many breaks between football games for my liking, but The Green Room is finally back for 2022. Josh Parrish here with Lachie Flanagan on behalf of FNR Football Nation Radio for the official Western United Club show, presented as always by Simonds Homes. Lachie, are you looking forward to the boys in green and black getting back in action on Friday night?
Well, it's like you know the phrase "touch wood," like when you're hoping for something to happen. Like I feel like that doesn't do like the last month enough justice. You need to be, I don't know, touching something other than that, like some diamonds or something like that. But we do, like we can reach out and touch this game that is fast approaching on Friday night. And I like to think that the return of the show coinciding with the game, does that make us a positive boon?
I hope we're a good omen.
To the outside world, that's the narrative we're rolling with.
I think we've been a good omen.
Just
for the
saying,
players
Green Room comes back, Western United, I'm just saying. I'm not saying one influences the other. I'm not saying which direction they influence one another, but I'll leave the viewers to make up their own conclusion.
Well, we've got a big show coming up.
Indeed we do.
Going to be giving Nick Hughes his much desired rematch. He's been getting at us all over the Christmas break, saying we stitched him up with the format of the last expert versus fan super quiz. And he feels he was hardly done by getting second dibs at the answers. So we're changing the format this time. We're going to let superfan Jay, a new guest, answer first.
A new challenger.
And then we're going to have Nick Hughes make sure he doesn't cheat, because we know he's pretty competitive, write his answers on a whiteboard and turn around to reveal. So I'm looking forward to that in the second half.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to chatting to Jay as well before that. Like, Josh, it takes a lot to pull me away from this microphone over here, but getting the chance to step outside, allow the beast, Nick Hughes, to come in and do some quiz madness. I've got my popcorn ready outside. That is more than worth it.
I think we need a nickname for him like they have on The Chase.
All right. I'm just going to continue with the beast for now. That's just what I call him privately. So I'll stick with it for the moment.
The man who comes up with most of the nicknames, I believe, in the Western United on the training paddock, is one of our favourite guests, roaming Ryan Scott. Welcome back to the Green Room, Ryan, albeit virtually this time. Where are you roaming to at the moment? I hear Wollongong is your destination.
Yeah, how you going, boys? Yes, Wollongong on Friday. So we train tomorrow, then we're off. We're all excited. It's our first away trip since last season. So boys looking forward to get on the road and get back into playing games.
You lot must be so cooped up at the moment, the cabin fever. I mean, after not getting the kind of release of playing those games, what's the feeling like amongst the playing group at the moment?
Yeah, look, everyone's ready to go. Everyone's looking forward to playing. Is sort of, talking to a few of the boys, it's felt like a little bit of a mini pre-season the last couple of weeks. Also, we've had boys sort of in and out, but we've got all hands back on deck now. The morale's good, the morale's high. Obviously, we started the season well, so yeah, we sort of want to get back into the games, and we understand that it's obviously going to be a very busy back half of the year.
And it's great, and as you said, exciting that the squad can finally get back to those games. But it has been roughly a month since the last fixture. Have you guys, in addition to the training that you've been doing anything extra to keep the spirits up, keep morale high? Has there been like another edition of golf, some games happening? Fill me in.
Yeah, it's sort of been a bit tough. Obviously, we had a few COVID cases sweep through the team, so we've sort of we're sort of in and out over that 3 to 4 week period. And then again, obviously, there's boys are trying to be careful to not for the ones who haven't got it already to go out and pick that up. So we try to get together where we can. But yeah, it's probably been more training than getting together. We've been training a lot as well, so we've been seeing each other all the time.
Well, speaking of training, you've been training this season under the auspices of one of the A-League's stalwart goalkeepers in Jamie Young. What's he been like to work with and compete with?
Yeah, it's been good working with Youngie. We've got a good relationship. Obviously, as you said, he's been one of the better keepers in the league for a long period of time. Obviously, I want to play as well, so I'm trying to do my best to get in the team. But also comes with that, I'm supporting Youngie. Doing everything I can to make sure he's got everything he needs. And he's been playing well, keeping clean sheets, which is always good. So it's all good coming out of the goalkeeper union at the moment.
Is there anything from his game that you've noticed or picked up on? Because he's obviously got so many years of experience in this competition.
Yeah, I just think he's very, very organised. He prepares well, prepares good professional. But yeah, all goalkeepers are different. Youngie has a skill set. I have a skill set. Young Charlie has a skill set. He's been with us all pre-season and into the season. So yeah, I'm sure. We all look at each other and pick up things we can. I've certainly learned a few things off Youngie, and who knows, maybe he's learned a thing or two off me as well.
Well, the goalkeeping fraternity will be flying up to the Gong very shortly, along with the rest of the squad. I was actually thinking about this, when I realised you guys were playing up in the Gong. I've never asked a player before how the plane situation works when you're flying up. Like, how does the seating arrangement get sorted out when you're travelling? Like, is it done alphabetically? Do the goalkeepers have to sit in a row of 3 together? Are you picking and choosing? Are people avoiding you? What's the situation?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a lottery. There's usually a few exit seats that are up for grabs. You might find, well, I guess the boys that are going to be starting, or a few of the older fellas that want to stretch their legs out in the exit rows. But yeah, I think it's a bit of lucky dip. I've got a window seat tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Who are you sitting next to?
I do not know. So we've had
really is a lucky dip. Okay, what would hypothetically, what would constitute? Which player would constitute like an unlucky pick out of a lucky dip here? You can name more than one. I'm sure there's a few names.
Probably wouldn't want to get stuck next to Killer. Neil Kilkenny, a bit of a grandpa, and he snores as well. So if he dozes off, it could be disrupting the flight.
Killer also seems like when he is awake, a bit of a hard taskmaster on the training paddock, and he's always giving out orders. We see on the pitch, he's always pointing somewhere, telling somewhere where to go.
Yeah, if he was calling the general, he's sort of like having a coach on the field, so it's good. But his contribution to our team this season's been second to none. I think he's made a really big difference. Has the respect of all the boys, and at his age, he's still one of the best performers every week. So it's credit to Killer.
Well, speaking of respect, Scotty, you're of course a repeat customer here on the Green Room. We're very lucky to have you again. But one of the big revelations from your initial appearance was the fact that you once scored over 200 or had a knock of over 200 runs in a cricket match for Monbulk. Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention. Gembrook, my bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to the most recent Ashes summer. Have you been, checking Ancestry.com, looking at your passport, seeing if you've got any English relatives? Because you might have been able to step in and help that side. Did it cross your mind?
Yeah, well, my dad's a Geordie, so I've got my UK passport, so I'm sure I would be up for selection.
You didn't put your CV in? You didn't give someone a nudge?
Me and Walesy have been joking about that. There's a few of us boys who love the cricket, and a few of us were in isolation when the test match, I think it was the Sydney test match, was on. So I think we watched every ball of the whole test match. But yeah, there's certainly been a few running jokes that I think any one of us could get a gig in the Bombs top order.
I reckon Lachie Wales would be a pretty mean fast bowler. He's got that look about him.
Yeah, he's we actually went down to the nets not long ago, and he was bowling pretty short. So me and Rizzo were putting him away. But yeah, he reckons he goes all right.
Oh. Yeah.
So, who is the best cricketer in the Western United team? I know there are a few games that happened in the hub a while back, and obviously you've had a few net sessions. Would you put yourself number one?
Oh, look, I think the statistics would speak for themselves. Not to come across in a big head, but I did play a lot of cricket. Josh Risdon goes all right. We actually played a bit of backyard cricket the other day at his house. He's just moved to a new house. The pitch was probably about 5 metres long. We had to bat left-handed, so he'd be in the top order. And I know you're talking about nicknames before, so my latest work is Benny Collins. We've been calling him Scotty Boland.
Scotty Boland, very good.
Bit of also, so he'll be taking the new rock.
Well, this brings up an important thing, because you are famed for your ability to dish out nicknames to other people. Scott Boland is a very good one. But I've been rolling around calling, obviously, Tamoki Imai the Mocky Monster, thinking that was like a club-wide thing. But the more and more times I bring it up on this show, is that just like your personal nickname for him? Is that because I thought that was much more widespread? Have you led me astray?
No, it got a lot of airtime last year, the Mocky Monster. But it sort of got to a point we'd call him the Mocky Monster, and he'd say, no monster, no monster. I think that's his good nature to let everyone know that he's a really good fella, and he doesn't want to come across in a nasty monster way. So yeah.
So have you been workshopping a more friendly, sort of approachable themed nickname for him?
Yeah, I think we just go with Mocky. Or
Mocky
gets the chocolates.
That is very sweet, actually. That he didn't want to come across aggressively. Yeah. I mean,
I feel quite bad now that I've been calling him the Mocky Monster. I just imagine him feeling horrified that I continue to name him improperly. Sorry, Tamoki, if you're listening.
Have you introduced him to the Cookie Monster yet to show that it's not quite the vibe you were going for?
We're always introducing him to new stuff. We haven't quite got to the Cookie Monster yet, but a lot of Aussie slang that he picks up, and even a few songs that he's started to belt out.
What's his favourite bit of Australian culture, do you think, that you've introduced him to? What has he taken to most heartily?
Probably just the lingo. He loves the g'day, mate. We teach him a few colourful words that probably aren't the best for this show, but loves to learn as much as he can.
Yeah, necessities on the football pitch, as long as you're not too close to the pitch side mics, which tend to be active in the A-League.
Yes, the classic hot mic. On the subject of Australian culture, Ryan Scott, it's probably the best week of all possible weeks to have you on, because we know you're into your music. You made headlines last time you were on here for wearing the Skeg shirt. Of course, it's a big weekend in Australian music. We've got the Hottest 100 coming up this Saturday. Have you put your votes in? Have you been keenly following what's going on? And You'll be playing on the Friday. Do you have a plan for the hottest 100? Take me through.
I'll be honest, I haven't voted this year.
Brian Scott.
I think, I know.
Wow.
I'm still very much in touch with all the music. Not as much as I used to be, because I used to be a brickie, so we'd have Triple J on every day. And I used to vote back then, but I don't feel. I mean, it's always good to support your artists. So if I was to vote, there'd probably be some DMAs, Spacey Jane, the Terrys. The Terrys is a band that I've really been getting into the last few weeks. I pick up Walesy in the morning every day, so we've both been busting out the Terrys, and I think they're going to have a couple of songs for the first time in the countdown. As for plans, I think we travel back on Saturday, so excuse me, we'll probably miss the crux of it, and then we got training on Sunday, so
you can't even do the hottest 200 either.
Yeah,
that's killer.
Yeah, busy boys at the moment.
Glamorous, the life of professional footballers, isn't it? You know.
You have to get someone to record it or something. Triple J on demand.
Tape it for me. So, Scotty, for the rest of the season, what's your sort of personal goal? Is it to get more first team appearances? Is it just to coin the best nickname this season? Is it to basically just put your best foot forward in training and whatever happens? How do you measure success when you're the backup goalkeeper? Because it's a hard thing to break into a team when, they're keeping clean sheets.
Yeah, it can be quite difficult. I guess for me, it's to get into the team. I think if any goalkeeper doesn't want to play, then he shouldn't be doing this for a job, because there's a lot of people that would give anything to be able to have the opportunity. I understand my role. I did this obviously last year and the year before. I've been on the bench, and I'm not someone to throw the toys out and huff and puff around. Like I'm supporting Youngie. My main goal is to be ready. So last year I was ready when I got my opportunity. I feel like I'm training well, and I guess my goal is to be ready. Whether I come on in the last 5 minutes or if I start a match. You could wait. You could wait a long time, or who knows, it could happen on Friday. So I guess just being ready for that opportunity when it arises. Because if you don't take it, then you sort of give everyone a bit of ammunition to say, oh well, that's why you're on the bench or whatever.
Exactly, and there's.
And if you make a mistake, it's you go in the back of the net, so it's quite costly.
I mean, this season with such an unpredictable schedule and potentially games being packed into a very short space of time, is this potentially, opportunities arising with rotation and so forth, not just for yourself, but for other, fringe players in the team to get minutes?
Yeah, certainly. It's going to be a busy schedule, and it will be hard for the same 11 to go out there each week and do the job. So that's why we have a squad. There's some good young talent coming through that are knocking on the door for opportunities. We all sort of got a bit of a run in the cup game against Wellington, probably a couple of months ago now. There's someone's going to put their hand up and take a game by the scruff of the neck, and really the boys have to be ready and come on and perform. So the coach will look at them next time and give them an opportunity. And obviously there's injuries and everything, so there'll be boys getting opportunities. Some might not even know it, but I'm sure. Even I've been around the game enough to see that there's opportunities come sort of out of the blue.
Well, as you said before, it is a lot of this sort of stuff, when you're playing in a different role off the bench as a backup keeper. It's about being ready for, the unexpected, ready to step in when the moment arises. And there has been plenty of unexpectedness, I think, in this A-League men's season, not least, the way fixtures have been chopped and changed. You guys have experienced that better than most. And as you said before as well, it's leading to, going to be quite a heavy back end of the season for you. How are you and the rest of the squad feeling about that challenge of, playing a large amount of games in a compressed time frame. Like, how do you look at that?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I think everyone looks at with a positive mind. Like we love playing games. When you're playing 2 games a week, there's less training. It's more about the product and the game itself. So, we all play. We all sign up to play. We all want to play. And again, there'll be more opportunities for more boys. But yeah, look, it's going to be the same for everyone. I know sort of some clubs are in different positions with the amount of games they've played. But look, we did it last year, and obviously the boys that were there last year, we'll take a lot of learnings from that because we sort of went on a bit of a losing run and couldn't really adapt on the road. We've played a lot of games at home, so there's going to be a lot of travel and away games where you've got to pick up points if you want to be pushing for the top few spots.
Well, there's a lot of teams you haven't played against yet this season due to the sort of conference structure that began the season. Wellington Phoenix, you've at least had a look at them in the Cup, even if there were some rotated teams involved. What kind of challenge do they present going into the game this Friday? What's been the sort of message from the coaching staff to try and counter what they possess?
Yeah, look, Wellington's a good side. They're probably not where they want to be ladder-wise. They've had a really good FA Cup run. They're in the semi-final, which is good by them. They knocked us out. Look, every team has threats, weaknesses. We've done our review, and I'm sure we'll do some more tomorrow in our last session to find out where we can hurt them and where we need to be careful as well, because they've got some dangerous players going forward. So, look, big game. I think they've had a little break as well from COVID, so both teams will be buzzing to get back into it, and we're on the road. It'll be tough, and we've got 3 points on our mind.
Speaking, I guess, of the Goalkeepers Union, I don't know if you watched that quarter-final that Wellington played against Melbourne City, but their 19-year-old goalkeeper managed to save a couple of penalties in the shootout and generally made a name for himself. As a goalkeeper watching that kind of thing unfold, do you get a little bit of a second-hand buzz from the kid coming up so big in a shootout?
Yeah, it's good to see. I think he's done well since he's come in. Which is, it's sink or swim. You get thrown in, and you either, take your opportunity or you don't, and there's sort of no real grey area. You're sort of up to it or you aren't, and he's shown that he's up to it. Obviously massive heroics in the penalty shootout. I think that's every keeper's, obviously, strikers want to score, but if he can play in a penalty shootout as a goalkeeper and, make important saves to win, there's not many better feelings. So, yeah, it was good to see him get his team over the line, and I'll also wish him all the best.
Yeah, except for this Friday, of course.
Of course.
Talking of penalty shootouts, I mean, my mind immediately goes to your role in Bentley's title win at Amy Park over Avondale that went all the way down to penalties. What do you enjoy the pressure of the shootout as a goalkeeper? Because you're kind of not expected to make the save, but you've got every opportunity to make yourself a hero.
Yeah, I love it. It's the pinnacle for me in big games. Whether it's cup finals or grand finals or obviously it's always a knockout game when it's a penalty shootout. So it's you just got to step up to the moment. When was it? 2019, I think, at Bentley. That was probably one of the highlights of my career from where I'm at the moment. It's just have a go, really. Like, just you haven't really got anything to lose. And I think the more you carry on, the easier it makes your job, because I think if you get in their heads, their mind starts to wander, and they probably think it's harder than it is to put the ball in the back of the net from 12 yards.
So you're trying to be as distracting as possible on the goal line, moving back and forth, screaming really loudly if you make a save, kind of thing. Yeah,
if I can make them wait a little bit longer, just anything really. Like, you got nothing to lose, as you said. So,
yeah. You've kind of touched on it a bit there, but that's the part of, like, I'm glad you brought penalties and penalty shootouts up, Josh, because that's the part that fascinates me. Like, we all know that keepers are, can make themselves big, and like the technical aspects, you've kind of touched on there. But I feel like the penalty shootout, the bit that really fascinates me, that's almost just as important, is all the bits leading up to the penalties. You said, making the player who's taking it wait longer. You're known for, being a fairly talkative player, and you're revered within your own squad for being able to do that. Do you use that, the sledging ability that you inherited from cricket? Do you use that to your advantage before the penalty? Like, what's your technique in that regard? Because some people like to rattle the crossbar, that kind of thing. Are you just trying to rattle them mentally?
Yeah, mine's more mental. Yeah, like obviously I sort of know where I'm playing, or the level I'm at will depend on what I'm going to say. Like if I think I used to, I guess I sort of was playing in the NPL for a long time. So I don't know, I guess I could have sort of earned the right to maybe say a little bit more. I think one time, I think it was against Green Gully, he was stepping up, and I was telling him that our Uber was out the front and that we had to hurry up. And I had a 5-star rating, and I didn't want him to ruin that. So I just told him to get a bit of a wriggle on. And then, he scored, and he told me to go jump in my Uber. So
well, you teed yourself up there.
Yeah, but like it doesn't bother me. Like I just tried something new and didn't work, but we ended up equalising 96 minutes. So I was had the passenger side door open for him, waiting for him to jump in as well.
How is your Uber rating these days? To hold up?
Yeah, I think I'm around 4.7 stars.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I imagine you'd be a chatty customer.
Yeah. Well, I seem to get all the Ubers. There's a few boys in the team that they reckon they don't have Uber, or, like their account's not working. A few tight asses.
Yeah. They left their Uber app at home. It happens all the time.
Yeah,
so
split
easy.
one. Yeah. I think my account hasn't been working, Lachie. So
especially when I'm around him.
Yeah, that's
seems to get out of order. Yeah, no, we do have the problem. So, Scotty, this is something that has been driving me crazy since I saw it. So we obviously get our production email from Lucy at the start of the week, letting us know who's on the show, giving us the rundown of what to expect. And sometimes with that comes submissions of things we might like to put to the players. And we did get a submission come through from someone who was involved in our production emails, Chloe, who is, of course, the GM of marketing and media at the club.
Yeah.
She replied to the announcement email that you were going to be on with an email that no dear Lachie and Josh or anything like that. It just said, and this is a direct quote from the email, you can ask him about, and this made me raise my eyebrows to the roof, you can ask him about Scotty Banana.
No explanation given. We've been puzzling over this all week.
So we have been given, thankfully, we've got Nick Hughes, who is, of course, involved with Western United and us, the cross-promotion product that he is. Key us up on what it is. But for those who might be listening and have just heard the phrase Scotty Banana, can you give us an insight into what on earth Scotty Banana is? Because Chloe thinks it's worth everyone knowing.
Yeah, so I guess it all started, well, probably from my cricket days. It's basically a chant that I learned at the cricket one day. I think it was a one-dayer, probably 10 years ago, high school days. Sorry. And yeah, it's just a song basically. It's like plant bananas, grow bananas, pick bananas, peel, etc. And I think we were in Tasmania last season, and obviously the service crew came over, and I think we had a win, and there was a little club function on where we had a couple of drinks, and the boys rocked up, and so yeah, we got the chant going, and then yeah, it's become very popular in the service crew. So there's a little Instagram page, and I think someone's been dressing up as a banana, and yeah, so they've been carrying on. So every time I hear that, it's nice little touch.
I mean, what power you have. This thing's got an Instagram account now, so
it's a good song. Like I'm a bit like that, like singing and carrying on. So it seems to get them up and about. So yeah, if anything helps them, then I'm happy.
I think active fans have a little special connection with their goalkeepers because you're spending more time with them than you are with the rest of the players on the pitch. a lot of the time, and at least that 45 minutes. So they seem to, have latched onto your character and your infectious energy. That must be fun.
Yeah, it's good. I support a football club as well, so I've travelled for games, and I know what it's like to have an emotional attachment to a club. And they ride the highs and lows. They pay their money. They work all week, and this is a bit of a release for them. So I think it's important to have that relationship with the supporters, and they keep turning up as well. Like we're still a young club, and they keep turning up. So it's really important for us to give back and get them involved and give them the time of day. I feel.
Well, if you're interested in knowing more or staying up to date with the journey of Scotty Banana, you can follow the Scotty Banana account on Instagram, which is at Scotty from the West. Shout out to Western United fan Brooke, who I believe is the instigator of the Scotty Banana meme. But you brought up something about the fans turning up to the club, and you mentioned it before as well. And it was a thing about you that completely slipped my mind. You're a Newcastle fan. How have you been doing this season? Because it's been a very turbulent time, and I know that when we've had a chat to you about Newcastle in not the green room, the show, but the physical, actual green room in the studio, you've had plenty to say about the state of Newcastle in the past. How are you looking at things at the present moment? There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, look, I think we're on 13 points from about 21 games, so it hasn't been too convincing. Obviously, we do have new owners, which I was very excited about. The Mike Ashley era was finally ended. I think we're still paying the price from that era. It doesn't happen overnight. Brought a few players in January. I think there's a couple more that we're trying to get over the line, which is going to be crucial to see if we can stay in the Premier League. So, look, it's still going to be hard. We're still in the drop zone. I think there's four teams. I think Watford, Norwich, and Burnley. So, we need to start winning. It's as simple as that. So, whoever we've got to sign to do so, just get it done, stay in the league, and look, even if we do go down, I don't think it'll affect us too much. Probably just put us back, put our long-term goals back a couple of years. But yeah, we'll probably clear some dead wood and come back into championship. We've done it the last two times. We've come up and finished first. So if we do go down, so be it. The main thing is we have new owners and a new direction.
Well, as you alluded to, scenes of wild celebrations amongst all the Geordie fans when Mike Ashley left and he become the new money bags in the Premier League. And I saw plenty of photoshops of Kylian Mbappe in Newcastle United jerseys and so forth. Instead, in January, you've gone out and signed Chris Wood. So, I mean, is that underwhelming, or is Eddie Howe actually playing 4D chess here?
I think it's a good sign.
I think there's something to be respected about, obviously signing a player who's okay, but more importantly, signing one of your relegation rivals' best players just to guarantee or increase their chances of being definitely relegated. I think it's a great play.
Yeah, look, it's not. I think if you're realistic about where we are, circumstances we are in the drop zone, we're not playing in Europe or the Champions League, so you're not going to. I think people who don't really know the game would think we're going to sign Mbappe and that, but that's certainly not going to happen. So, look, we've got Chris Wood. Look, he's got a pretty good record. I think he's scored 10 plus in the last four seasons. Which is a few goals. So if he can net a few for us, and he's one of not many players who've done that. I think your Salahs and Mane's and Harry Kane's and them sort of players have, but outside the big dogs, not many players have done that. So look, ask me in a few months if he scores a few goals and we stay up, then it's probably the best bit of business we've done.
Yeah, unfashionable, but gets the job done. Yeah. Chris Wood, especially in a relegation scrap. Scotty, before we let you go, we're trying to educate here at FNL. We're trying to increase the knowledge base of the football family. And you spent many, many seasons playing in the NPL. So heading into this new NPL Victoria season in 2022, Are there any sort of unheralded maybe stars in the making that you think we should keep our eyes on? Maybe even from the Western United NPL ranks?
Yeah, I think there's a new coach. The boys did really well last year in NPL. I think they were probably sniffing around for promotion if the season had have finished. And then Tamorich did a very good job. But yeah, I'm sure I haven't been down or seen much. I think there's been been a bit disrupted there as well with the COVID situation. But it'll even be good for a couple of our boys who might lack minutes get a once they start. But yeah, look, I like to keep a close eye on the NPL. I've got a lot of mates who play there. Obviously, still emotionally tied to Bentley after spending 5 years. So if I had to pick a breakout season player, I'd probably say Jacob Alexander at the ripe age of 30, and new dad Kieran Dover. I think he's still got a lot to give the game. So yeah, I think the Greens will be up there again.
I've always enjoyed Jacob Alexander because he's a left back, but he has just the habit of scoring like 3 screamers a year. Just one of those defenders who loves a ping from outside the box, and a free kick as well. He's not too bad. Yeah, pretty handy. And Kieran Dover did that nasty, was it a shoulder injury last season? Yeah. Maybe didn't have the season he wanted to. Yeah. Well, Scotty, it's been a pleasure chatting to you once again. All the best with the resumption of your A-League campaign, heading up to Wollongong to play against Wellington Phoenix on Friday night. That's a 7:45 kickoff. So I'm sure all the Western United fans, if they're not making a trip interstate, will be tuning into Paramount Plus for that one. Best of luck for the rest of the season, and we'll keep us posted on your MPL picks and any kind of big knocks in training on in the cricket nets, because if Lachie Wales keeps serving up those absolute peaches, those lemons, then you got to spank him out the park.
If you need the email for the England Board of Selectors, just hit us up. We know a few people. Just send a couple of video clips of you hitting big sixes. That's all we need. Yeah.
I actually went down to Gembrook on Saturday and saw the boys have a hit.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, big Jez Everett, 43 not out, and Willie Davis with a couple of wickets. So good to see that Brookers.
Cheeky shout out at the end there too. Yeah. Ryan Scott, always a pleasure.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Ryan Scott, Western United goalkeeper, joining us here once again on the Green Room. We're going to take a short break, but on the other side, Lachie, it's the quiz rematch.
Oh, the beast is back.
Nick Hughes has an opportunity to redeem himself. And we've got a Western United superfan coming up against him on the other side of this break here on the Green Room, presented by Simonds Homes.
Ever wanted a career in football? From TV deals to player transfers, football is now a global multi-billion-dollar industry in need of qualified professionals who know the sport inside and out. Brought to you by the Global Institute of Sport, the Masters of Football Business is delivered by experts from Australia and around the world. Learn online with unique access to networking and guest speaker events at the iconic MCG. Be one of the first Australians to get a football master's degree. Apply now to start in February 2022. Learn more at gis.sport/FNR. gis.sport/FNR.
We are more than engineers. We are more than project managers. We are more than surveyors. We are more than infrastructure specialists. We are more than planners. So, who are we? We are problem solvers, providing the highest quality service and results. We are a team of skilled professionals, focused on customer needs and outcomes. We are 23 years of industry experience, adhering to the highest safety standards. We are Melbourne, and we are right across Victoria. We are the Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions. Lanco Group. We are more than you realise, and we are ready to partner with you.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Launch your global career in football business. Study a master's degree online with unique access to the MCG and a big-hitting Australian industry network. Brought to you by the Global Institute of Sport, who also have campuses at the iconic Wembley Stadium in London and Etihad Stadium in Manchester. Be one of the first Australians to get a football master's degree and join GIS's global network of football leaders. Apply now to start in February 2022. Learn more at gis.sport/FNR. That's gis.sport/FNR.
We are more than engineers. We are more than project managers. We are more than surveyors. We are more than infrastructure specialists. We are more than planners. So, who are we? We are problem solvers, providing the highest quality service and results. We are a team of skilled professionals, focused on customer needs and outcomes. We are 23 years of industry experience, adhering to the highest safety standards. We are Melbourne, and we are right across Victoria. We are the Lanco Group, your business partner for engineering solutions. Lanco Group. We are more than you realise, and we are ready to partner with you.
Ever wanted a career in football? From TV deals to player transfers, football is now a global multi-billion-dollar industry in need of qualified professionals who know the sport inside and out. Brought to you by the Global Institute of Sport, the Masters of Football Business is delivered by experts from Australia and around the world. Learn online with unique access to networking and guest speaker events at the iconic MCG. Be one of the first Australians to get a football master's degree. Apply now to start in February 2022. Learn more at gis.sport/FNR. gis.sport/FNR.
Are you looking to change your destiny in life? Be your own boss? Start your own business? If you are, you need people who understand your needs and are committed to helping you make it happen. At DKP & Co Chartered Accountants, we are more than just accountants. We are business advisors, taxation consultants and strategists that specialise in setting up businesses. We understand the client and give them the very best customised advice and strategies to achieve their goals. Visit our website dkpco.com.au or give us a call today on 03 9023 9370. Fast, proactive, personal. That's DKP & Co Chartered Accountants.
Western United, can they find something here? Big chance, Barisha! He's done it again! And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Barrios, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's the Green Room on FNR, Football Nation Radio.
We're back here on the Green Room, the official Western United club show, coming to you live on FNR Football Nation Radio. Josh Parrish here with Lachie Flanagan, who's soon going to get the hook and be subbed.
I'm going to have to step out.
We've got an impact player coming on off the bench in a few minutes.
Yeah, well, we as we were starting to, get into the swing of regular quizzes, it's just become apparent that I am not worthy. If you put me up against a Western United fan, the Western United fan's going to, I'm a general fan of the A-League, but they're going to wipe the floor with me with Western United specific questions.
Got to give them
So we need to give them a real challenge. I mean, that feels like they've earned their stripes in Quiz World. And there's no better way to do that, I think, than go against an actual employee of the club in the form of Nick the Beast Hughes. That's what I'm going with. Other people can pick their own nickname.
So before Christmas, Caleb came on and absolutely wiped the floor with Nick Hughes.
That is true.
Hughesy was not happy with the format.
So we've changed it up.
So we've changed it up. So it's going to be even harder for this week's contestant. Jay, welcome to the Green Room.
G'day guys, how are we?
We're doing well, mate. Tell us about you and your love for Western United, because we know you get in amongst it so much that you get on over to the away trips. We ran into you in Tasmania. You're big on board the green and black bandwagon.
Yeah, well, when they first announced that the club was 100% going forward, it was going to be pretty much around the corner from where I live at the time, building the stadium. I thought I hadn't had an A-League club for a while. I'd sort of fallen out of the competition. I thought this was a perfect way to get back in it. We don't really have a sporting club at all out, Werribee way. So as soon as the plans were announced, we jumped at the chance, saw that an active needed to happen. So we found other like-minded people, like Caleb, like Scott and Andrew Tran and, a few of the others around the West, and sort of just snowballed from there and got bigger and bigger into what it is today. So,
did you jump on board with a few friends that you already knew, or were you walking in blind thinking, who am I going to meet at this first game or first friendly game and making friends there?
Well, so pretty much it was just Caleb and myself. We were thinking, let's start an active, we'll jump on board and, make an active and see who wants to get in on it. And then we found, just scrolling through Facebook, a few other people that had the same idea. We met them, and it feels like I've been mates with a few of these guys that we've met a couple of years ago through the club forever, So I probably had, 2 or 3 mates from outside the club, but now, there's 40 or 50 different blokes at any one time coming to the games that, we all know each other now. So, it's been good fun. Met a lot of new people, a lot of people from different walks of life as well. So.
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about just being a fan of football, like generally speaking, like because it's such a far-reaching game. Like you can make friends and have conversations with anyone ever by mentioning the team that you support or just bring up a random thing. Like, and that's just a man on the street. Like I can only imagine what that experience has been like in an active group. Making genuine, like real close connections with people. It like must be that feeling times 10. Like this must mean a lot to you, not just in terms of how much you care about the club, but now as well, how much you care about the people around it too.
Well, yeah, it's important forging those connections as well, just because it's good for the club to have a solid base, and not just in the active support. There's a lot of regular supporters that we see, down at the pub week in, week out that get down. You meet people from all over, from, inner Melbourne to the outside of Geelong and Ballarat, and you go on away trips, forge good memories, have good friendships, and support the club, from where you live. And that's, I think, the most important part about it.
Well, you mentioned it a little bit there, and obviously, the ability to make friends and have those great away trips in the active, are probably some of the best memories. But are there any specific games that are like stand up above the rest as like your most cherished, like the kind of ones you'll look back on in years to come?
When it comes to away trips, it'd have to be the first. Well, I actually went to the first game in Wellington.
Oh, really?
A few people, yeah. So there's about 8 of us, I think. Myself and Caleb went to Wellington, and although that wasn't too much of a standout game, it was just great to be there. Beautiful city as well. Grouse away trip. Would recommend it once we can go back there. But the standout game would probably be, just had him on, Ryan Scott's breakout game against Adelaide. I think we won 5-1. over in Adelaide. And, you know, just from start to finish, fantastic game, lots of attacking. Josh Risdon, hat-trick of assists. And, you know, it was our first big away trip. I think we had about 40, 50-odd people come. So, yeah, that'd probably be the most entertaining and my personal favourite game.
That's a great memory. And, you know, I think Ryan Scott has a special relationship with the Actives because of the way he sort of interacts with them after wins and so forth. I've seen him get on the megaphone a couple of times. Is he sort of a cult hero at the club now?
100%. Although we all love Jamie Young, he's not a well-liked man among some of the Western United supporters purely because he's displaced Scotty. You know? and a lot of people are actually, you know, starting to get even more upset because Jamie Young's playing so well. So, you know, they want Scotty back. But, yeah, he's always been well-liked, sort of a cult figure, and also sort of had that, you know, the good football story coming up from the NPL, getting his chance and cementing himself. And, you know, this is just the next chapter in his game, I suppose, to try and do it all again.
That sounds kind of like the Western Service Crew's equivalent of like the "it's not you, it's me." Like, it's not you, it's Ryan Scott. Like, sorry to say. But we got the chance to ask him about this before, and you're in the Active, so maybe you have a bit of knowledge about this as well. Scotty Banana, does that mean anything to you? Does it mean as much to you as it does to Ryan Scott?
I honestly don't know what to make of it. It's all I've not seen Scotty Banana other than on social media. We didn't find out about it till after the game, and obviously Scotty Banana made his debut against Victory. That wasn't a great night. Last time we were out, hopefully Scotty Bananas can watch the away game from his couch on Friday and get us a win. But yeah, I was looking around thinking, I think it's actually like a small doll or something. I thought it was.
I think it's actually one of the banana from Mario Kart. I thought it was like the banana from Mario. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I reckon we should get maybe Andrew Tran dressed up in a big banana costume.
See, when I first saw the Scotty Banana email from Chloe come across my desk, that's what I assumed, is there's like some like
big onesie
post-season
kind of
trip footage of Ryan Scott in a banana. I think you're onto something here, Jay. I think we need to make this happen. Andrew Tran in the banana suit is a very good way to start, and I would like to see that happen. But I think that the plan has got to be to get Ryan Scott in the banana suit by season's end.
I reckon we don't have a mascot yet, so there's a mascot. Done.
We've stitched him up big time here. All right, I think it's time we dispense with the pleasantries and dispense with Lachie Flanagan as well. Like
I said at the start of the show, I've never been so happy to step away from the mic than I am right now, because we're getting into the quiz portion of this segment, and that means I need to swap. It's time for me to come off the bench and be replaced by the man who I hope is slowly making his way towards the door. You can hear the rumbling of his footsteps as he heads towards the studio. It's none other than the man, the myth, the legend, or as I like to call him, the beast, Nick Hughes. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to step out now. It's been a pleasure. Green room, I'll see you soon. I'll leave it in the very capable hands of the beast. Jay, before I go, very good luck to you. No pressure.
Won't need it, but appreciate it.
Jay's confident. After Caleb's win first week, I think you're in with a good shout. So
Caleb's the trivia head, so I'm like the backup. So you've got a good chance here. You've got a good chance to beat me.
Well, I'll preface this quiz by saying more so to cover myself than anything else. I've only been with the club for a handful of months, so anything prior to that is not my fault.
It's my first day. That's the Homer Simpson excuse, Nick. All right, we're going to run this a little differently to last time, because you complained that you weren't given first dibs on answering questions.
It was just unfair.
I thought we were trying to level the playing field, employee versus fan. But apparently, that wasn't enough for Nick Hughes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Jay the questions. You can answer. Because we didn't want to buzz in, because there's a delay with the Zoom guest, of course. A little delay, and that can be crucial. So I'm going to ask you the question, Jay. Nick Hughes is going to write his answer on the whiteboard, and then I'm going to get you to reveal your answer, and then Nick Hughes can reveal his. So I'll see him if he's scribbling away after the deadline, so no cheating, mate.
Okay.
All right. We'll keep this short and sweet. 8 questions. So best of 5. Before he was a full-time keeper for Western United, what was Ryan Scott's previous day job?
Do I answer now?
I'll just
Or do I
give
wait for
Nick
him
Hughes a chance to
down?
finish his writing there. Before he was a full-time keeper
Easy
for
one.
Western United, what was Ryan Scott's previous day job? I'll get your answers in through the comments section as well. Go on then, Jay.
He's a brickie.
A brickie. Bricklayer.
Bricklayer.
Ding, ding. That is correct on both counts. So a point each to start it. Good start. Good start. It was a soft
I
question.
feel like I'm on the get to know your teammate videos that we've been putting out on the socials. Flipping out over the whiteboards.
We wouldn't have ripped this concept off one of Western United's existing videos, would we? Oh, never. All right, question 2. And this statistic pleasantly surprised me. Which Western United player currently leads the league in both successful dribbles per match and successful tackles per match? Which Western United player currently leads the league in both successful dribbles and tackles per match?
I wrote a stats article last week, Jay. I hope you read it.
I didn't, and I should because I read all the stats for our podcast as well. So who knows?
All right, go on, Jay. Give it a go.
So was that tackles and
Dribbles and tackles.
dribbles and tackles? I want to go with Neil Kilkenny.
Neil Kilkenny is incorrect. Well, that was a bit of a savage sound effect. There was a bit of a delay on it, so I turned it up.
That was brutal. Who was it? Risdon.
Josh Risdon
Risdon.
is the correct answer.
That's who I would have gone second.
So Nick Hughes
went with
takes a
the
2-1 lead. It's a tough question.
Midfielder.
It was a very tough question, and they don't get any easier. Question number 3. Which Western United player, current player, boasts a CV that includes playing for clubs such as Rushden and Diamonds, Wickham Wanderers, Aldershot Town, Basingstoke Town, and Whitehawk? Don't know if any of those names sound familiar to any of our viewers watching, but Rushden and Diamonds, Wickham Wanderers, Aldershot Town, Basingstoke Town, and Whitehawk before joining Western United. Got an answer for me, Jay?
I've got no idea. Jamie Young.
Jamie Young, he's taking a stab at the dark, and it's a correct answer
Well
for
done.
both players.
Well done.
Well done. So it's 3-2 to Nick Hughes. You pulled that one out of the fire, Jay. We're going to go to question 4. And this
I was
one's
thinking new player, so I just guessed one of our new players. That was just a stab. Oof.
so he's
Great
half
result.
English, Jamie Young. So he spent quite a lot of time playing in the conference. And
Played, played
that's
youth.
why I guessed.
Played youth
That's why I guessed because
internationals.
there's a lot of English clubs there. So
Yeah,
oof.
good stuff.
Jamie Young, on the subject of Jamie Young, he's question 4 as well. Also currently leads the league in clean sheets, but how many has he kept so far this season? How many clean sheets has Jamie Young kept so far this season to lead the league?
I want to say 4.
4 is correct as well. And Nick Hughes gets a point as well. So an immaculate record so far from our quizzing champ. So I think giving him
many
the
have we got left?
opportunity to answer might have been maybe a
What is that,
mistake.
halfway down? 4 out of 8?
This is, we're halfway through, 4-3. And question 5 is, which Western United player played his youth football at Arsenal? Which Western United player played his youth football at Arsenal? Any guesses, Jay?
I've actually got no idea on this one. Might just take another stab.
Take a stab, mate.
I can't even think. I've pulled a blank.
Think British backgrounds.
Even slight British accent to this
Yeah.
day. It's a
I
weird.
want to say Neil Kilkenny.
Neil Kilkenny
Neil
is the
Kilkenny.
correct answer. He's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah. I was just going through quickly, thinking of all the players that have played in England again, and wasn't young because we just went through his club. So
All right, this one's a bit of a different one. This is closest to the pin. We're not expecting you to get it absolutely right. I would be very impressed if you did, but this is just the closest answer wins. How tall in centimetres is Leo Lacroix? How tall in centimetres is Leo Lacroix? I think we need some atmosphere in this game show. There we go. That's more like it, isn't it? How tall in centimetres is Leo Lacroix? Jay, give me a number.
I say 200. No, not that tall. Maybe 196.
196.
Oh, close.
194. 197 is the answer.
Oh.
So Jay gets the point.
Bingo.
Levels the scores at 4
Let's
apiece. Sorry, 5 apiece. This is an outstanding performance by both of you, I have to say.
He does look like he's about 200 though when he towers over the.
You're 1 centimetre away. That's
impressive.
borderline miraculous, Jay.
Very impressive.
Question 7, only 2 left. It's getting exciting now. Which of the following clubs did Western United head coach John Aloisi not represent during his storied career? So which one of these 4 clubs did John Aloisi not play for? 4 clubs we've gone for here are Antwerp of Belgium, Celta Vigo of Spain, Coventry City of England, and Cremonese of Italy.
Oh, boy.
We know he played all over Europe, but which one of those teams did he not play for? Do you want me to run them by you again, Jay?
Yeah, just quickly.
Antwerp of Belgium, Celta Vigo of Spain, Coventry City of England, or Cremonese of Italy?
Oh, no. Changing my
I'm going to
answer.
go with Coventry.
Changing my answer.
You don't think he played for Coventry? All right, Nick
Nah.
Hughes is changing his answer now.
I had Celta Vigo.
He's
but
gone
I've
Cremonese. Oh, no.
It was Celta Vigo.
It was Celta
Oh,
Vigo.
no.
You've done yourself wrong. So
Bugger.
that's a red flag for both of you. So that means it all comes down to the last question.
Oh, dear, 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 dear.
Let's get the background music going again. And this one stumped even Lachie Flanagan when I came up with it. So you're going to have to think long and hard about it. I'll give you a bit of extra time to come up with your answer. Which world record did Western United Director of Football Steve Horvat help the Socceroos set in 2001? Steve Horvat was playing for the Socceroos in 2001. He helped them set a world record. What was that record? Any ideas, Nick Hughes? I'll wait for him to write his answer.
Well, to my knowledge, there's only one main record that the Socceroos have ever achieved. So if it's not this, then
You
I have
got
no idea.
All right, Jay, you give us your answer first.
I think it's the same. I think it's most goals in a FIFA game, in a qualifier, or just the most goals in a game.
What's your answer, Nick Hughes?
Well, I've said biggest win.
That is correct, but on both counts.
Both, yeah.
So
Would have thought.
it's both the most goals and the biggest win. So you actually are both correct, and we've had the anticlimactic
Oh,
finish of a
no.
draw.
dear.
Congratulations, Jay. You've
Well played.
you've matched it with our
Well
quizzing
played.
champion on a level playing field. That is a fair effort.
Kicking myself on Celta Vigo. Terrible. Trust your
Yeah, I
instincts,
should-
people.
I should have gone that. I know he did play in Spain as well. I can't remember him playing.
Yeah,
for
because
Coventry.
I knew he played it. He was very good at Osasuna, so I thought, Celta Vigo. I didn't know if he played
He actually
for
played
them
at
as well.
Alaves was the other club. That's
Yeah.
why I chucked it in there. I thought it was a good red herring. I tricked you. All right, that brings us to the end of this week's episode of The Green Room. Finishes in a very exciting 7-all draw in the quiz. Jay, well done, mate, and thank you for joining us on the show.
No, it was a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
And Nick Hughes, I don't need to congratulate you because you bloody work for the club. You should, and you're a football expert. You should know all these things anyway. So thank you for holding up your end of the bargain.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, tune in this Friday. It's an away game. Western United back in action finally in the A-League against Wellington Phoenix on Friday night at 7:45. Till then, it is goodbye for now. A big thank you to our sponsors, Simonds Homes, and we'll be back on The Green Room next week.
Western United, can they find something here? Big chance, Barissa! He's done it again! And it's a goal! Unbelievable! What about this? Dylan Barrios, his first touch of the game. Sanchez! Western United do claim the 3 points. And Diamante again! Oh, he's done it! Twice! He's chipped a keeper!
Presented by Simonds. It's the Green Room